Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. How are we doing on the audio, please? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Can you hear the music? Because I'm not really a big expert on this kind of stuff. Before we get into everything, obviously. Okay, perfect. Can you guys hear the music? Audio's good, I am not. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, that just happened, right? So, listen, before I get into it, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support that you guys have given me ever since the start. It's been actually insane to be able to do this. Today is the anniversary of the channel. It's the 1 year anniversary of starting this whole thing. So I thought it was very fitting. And I think it's incredible that you guys have stuck with me this entire time. So, listen. I wanna skip this song first of all. Can we have like a bit more chill? Hang on, sorry, 2 seconds. Okay, sure, whatever. So, sorry, I'm hyper focusing on the music right now. I need something that hits, otherwise I'm not going to be able to focus. Okay, sure, good enough. So, thank you guys. Yeah, 1 year, it's insane. Okay, let me get one thing straight. You guys, I've been reading comments. I've been myself having a certain perspective on the show. And for me, obviously spoilers, if you haven't listened to the finale yet, what people wanted for Foster and for Listener was to have peace. And the reality of the situation is that they were never going to be able to consistently find peace with one another, from my perspective. They've been through an insane amount of trauma together. And I thought it was fitting that after the wedding episode, I gave Foster a happy ending. And the happy ending is, from my perspective, that the best way to do that was to do that. And for the people, obviously I know that it's kind of chaotic listening into it because it's the first time and you don't hear a lot of things, but the things that were said were, we're still friends. That's what Foster said. We're still close. It just didn't work out. It was a mutual decision, right? So there's no animosity. There's no bad blood between them. But Foster just met someone else and decided to give that new relationship a try. And the reason why I think that's so interesting, and I know this is not really, from you guys' perspective as listener, that is obviously a very other perspective than what I have on it. I thought it was really interesting because basically this is something that, to my knowledge, has never been done before in this type of storytelling. And the beauty of it is the fact that I'm just speaking to you guys, and you guys can be anyone. So after the wedding episode, in my head, I played with, and obviously you guys picked up on it because there were a lot of comments. Why is there no wife in the title? Why is it girlfriend and everything? And I was like, I kind of gotta give it a bit of a, you guys were kind of onto me. But I don't think a lot of people predicted this. But listen, I want you guys to know that Foster is a piece. Foster has her piece, and that's all she wanted anyway. That's all you guys wanted for her anyway too. So that was the way that I wanted that I wanted that series to get a little twist. And okay, so life just is the way it is. And I'm not the type of person to give fairy tale endings. That's not the kind of creator I am. That's something that reflects in all of my work, not just this. It says girlfriend because she's dating someone new. This is kind of where the audio drama took a bit more of a driver's seat compared to the ASMR girlfriend roleplay, which I very much understand. But I think that's kind of the point that I wanted to make in the first place. To kind of be like, this is a one-sided story to tell, which is why it's easy for me to toy with the one side of that story. Why make a wedding if we just break up? Because that's what Foster and listener thought the right solution of the plan was. She says that in the finale. I don't remember the exact words, but she says something like, we got married because we thought that would bring us closer together, and it did, but then after a few weeks it kind of started to crumble. So just to absolutely, be very open about this. I know that there's obviously a lot of questions about season 4, about the future of the channel, about everything. What I feel right now is that I genuinely do not know. I genuinely do not know what the future of the channel is going to be. I know that I want to keep creating because I like it, because I think that I've when I reflect on what I've done in this past year, it's been an incredible journey, and I honestly, when I started it, I thought I was gonna do maybe a month of it, because I'm such a creative kamikaze. I get an idea and I'm like, yeah, and I go all in on it, and then after about like a couple of days, weeks, months, I stop, and I gotta focus on something else, and I'm so blessed that I've been able to see this through these past year. But I'm gonna be very honest. I mean, it's been a very, I'm not gonna say draining, because it wasn't draining. I did this with a lot of love in my heart for the project and for you guys as well. But I mean, listen, this is 365 days since I started this channel. In those 365 days, I've made over 200 episodes, because I did some flashbacks and like some singing stuff too. So over 200 main episodes. I did the one-offs. I did the packages. I've done the Patreon. Not to mention the fact that I've written over 300,000 words right now for the show and for the Foster layer and stuff, which is like 3 or 4 full books all in 1 year. And I'm not saying that to flex, but I'm just saying it to prove the point of like, I've tried so hard this past year to give you guys a story that I wanted to tell, and right now I feel that it's gotten to a point where I'm satisfied with that story, but I am also very, very sad that it's over, because there is so much more in it, right? So the best I can give you guys right now is I don't know. I want to do more with the Foster channel for sure. I mean, maybe I can do flashbacks, maybe I can do something, maybe I will do a season 4 down the line, but what I do not want to give you guys is promises right now, promises that I can't keep. I have no idea that's not a lie. I have vague ideas about what season 4 would look like, but the problem is I don't want to commit to something right now and give a lot of promises and then 5 or 10 episodes in completely burn out, because that's kind of what threatened to happen at the start of season 3. I had conversations with people where I said, I don't know where this is going. I don't like it. Because again, bear in mind, there is no writing on this channel. I don't write anything. I improv every single time I get behind my microphone. And so when I stop that recording and I'm 10 or 15 minutes in, then I'm like, oh, okay, so what did I just do? And what kind of impact is that gonna have? So I'm exploring it in such a fluid, dynamic manner that I cannot say for sure where it's going. So that's really the best I can do. But that being said, obviously, I still have the one-offs, like you guys are saying. So I have a second channel where I do more of the standard one-off stuff. What could also happen is like a bit more series-wise, like a mini-series, 5 episodes, 10 episodes, that kind of stuff. That could all still happen. I mean, I'm not leaving. You're not getting rid of me that easy. But I think I need to hold myself back here, because if I would want to, I would, pretend that this was just like a series finale, because between season 1 and season 2, season 3, there was barely any gap anyway. But right now, I really want to take my time to kind of see. That being said, and I don't like doing this, but I feel the need to do it because I owe it to myself. If you guys have the means to, if you guys liked what I've done this past year, please consider going to my Ko-Fi. I have a lot of extra audios on there that kind of are pay what you want, pay what you can. I have the Patreon, where I'm currently doing Wumptober. So that's, obviously we're the 26th right now, but where I do one fic every single day that is with a prompt that is like wumpy or like hurt comfort. I know there's a lot of people that like injury related stuff, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, please check that out. I'm considering bundling them to put them for sale later on if people are interested. But right now, I mean, I'm over 50,000 words in. It's basically a book right now. So I'm working hard. And if you guys want to support me in working hard, I would really appreciate it. And to be also very transparent, I'd love to be able to do this in a more full-time capacity. I've practically been doing this full-time already, but I put a lot of effort in, and if there would be a means for me to be able to do it in a more full-time capacity, that would be incredible. That's the last I'm going to say of that. I'm not going to pander, or, I don't want to make it look like I'm begging or anything. I'm definitely not. And also, if you're not in the capacity to do anything, you really don't have to. But I would be amiss if I didn't mention it. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up on some comments because I've been blabbing for the past 10 minutes. Yeah, I really like the Wumptober thing so far. It's been so much fun, and again, I know that there's a lot of people that are like into that kind of injury stuff and wumpy stuff. So I've been having 50,000 words of that. Yeah, see, exactly. That's the point that I was making earlier too about, so many people commenting, "Oh, Foster needs a break. Foster needs happiness. She deserves peace. She deserves love." And both of them have that now. So it's a very good thing. Yeah, Sophia and Foster are still. So just to be transparent about what I did after episode, if you re-listen to everything after 45, So 45 is the wedding episode. And so 46, 47, 48, 49, and then 50 are all after the time jump. So after the wedding, there's a time jump. Because episode 46, I don't remember what I did. Actually, episode 47, which is the one with the writing and the stress, fun fact, now that I can be open about this kind of stuff. 47 was the one with like the writing and Foster being all stressed out about the, like, I recorded that one first because I originally wanted to be that one, to make that one 46. And then when I stopped recording that, I was like, I am not mentioning this wedding in any way whatsoever, and it's going to be very suspicious if I don't. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, I need to switch that up. I need to record something else to put in the 46 slot where it's a bit more like addressing stuff. I don't remember what the 46 is, if I'm being really honest. It's slipping my brain, but yeah. And so, you know, after the 45, after the wedding, that's the last time we see listener. And also, the fun fact also about that, I told a couple of people about this, but if you listen to the wedding episode, there's a moment right at the end where I start crying, where Foster starts crying, let's say that. But it was one of the moments where I myself started crying, because there was like a bit of a silence after my speech, and I realized all of a sudden to myself, like, oh fuck, this is the last time I'm ever gonna talk to this character. And I started crying. I was like, oh my God. And I quickly managed to play that off to be like, oh, I said I wasn't gonna cry or something. But I was like, damn, the impact that had on me, to realize like, oh, I'm all of this stuff that we've been through, these 195 episodes together. And that hit me like a freight truck, to be like, oh, that's the last time. So those are real tears, and those are tears from a very fun, creative place. Yeah, that's gonna be. But yeah, listener is very much okay. And I think you guys can definitely make your own headcanons on where listener is right now, or if they are with another partner or something. But Foster says it herself in the finale. They're still friends. It's, you know, it was very amicable. English is not my first language. Let me see. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful words. It is all so beautiful. Will the Wumptober ever make it to YouTube? The Wumptober stuff is all written down. It's all in fic form. But I'd love to do some more like Wumpy audios for sure. Do you think maybe in season 4 there's a chance for them to get back together? I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen in season 4. Oh yeah, I'm so happy you're in my life. See, that's the thing. Because the thing is, at the end of, and this is also something very stupid that I tried to do, but I'm pretty sure it didn't really translate. One of the last things Foster says in episode 50 is, "You are my light." So what I tried to do is, after 45, the thumbnails kind of changed. 46, 47, 48, 49. The thumbnails were very different color than the other season 3 ones. And I think that I always tried to have like a light or a lamp in them, which is very stupid. You guys couldn't have known that, but it was just a little thing that I tried to do. Yeah, I really did put a lot into these audios. A lot of tears. I was surprised at how many times the tears came very naturally to me when I was getting into it. She is living the cottage core. I would 100% love for them to just live somewhere, like being like a writer or somewhere, like writing books or something. That's the thing. It was the healthiest option for them. I didn't want to end the last few episodes with them arguing and falling apart. I wanted to jump to the moment in Foster's life where she has found happiness again and where she has the peace. And listen, I think Jem mentioned it somewhere earlier, but she has the job that she worked so hard for, that she fought tooth and nail to get. She has someone by her side that she doesn't have all this trauma and history with, where she can just be, and she says it literally herself, to just come home to and just relax. And I think I can't remember who said it, but someone said in the like live stream or something, that it was like, or the premiere, that it was like a loop. And I was like, see, that's interesting stuff, because technically, yeah, I did do the thing of like, the last episode was like the parallels of the first episode, so maybe it is a loop, and maybe what Westbound was in season 1 is now Inferno in season 3. I mean, it could be, but yeah, it was a fun way to like end at the beginning. Yeah, I would invite you guys to, now that you know, to like kind of go back to 46, 47, 48, 49, but preferably maybe not spoil too much in the comments for people who are just trying to get through it for the first time. But that's the thing. Don't be jealous of that new listener, because the new listener is still you. That's the beautiful thing of this, is it's still you. It's kind of strange how they got married so quickly. I know they always wanted it, but I always felt like they weren't ready. They weren't supposed to. Yeah, I mean, the first time that Foster proposed was a very inappropriate moment. The first time they tried to get married was a very awkward timing. And now, it felt like the good time, but obviously hindsight proved that that relationship was just very, very heavy around the edges. And yeah. Yeah, after everything that happened, it's still you. She's happy now. I love Foster so much, man. In the year that I've gotten to know her, and that I've gotten to embody a bit of her, she deserves to be where she is right now. She deserves the happiness and the peace that was all she ever wanted anyway. So I really hope she's happy. Yeah, I mean, listen, to be honest, I really like the idea. I've always had a thing. This is not me making statements about the future of the channel. This is just me speaking from the heart. But I really like that I went with an actress, because it's obviously the scene that I know, because it's my job, so I know a lot of the in and outs of it. I've always kind of wanted to make like a secretly dating your co-star on a show kind of thing. I think originally that was supposed to kind of be what Foster was supposed to be, but then I shifted it towards someone who wasn't in on the thing, and just someone, who didn't have the whole Westbound thing and she could come home to. So that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I don't know. Is there more one-offs on the way? Yeah, for sure. Again, for people that are like just tuning in, or I'm definitely not done with audios or anything. It's not because this thing for me, this project for me, feels currently finished. I'm not saying that it is finished. It could be down the line not finished, or I could be doing flashbacks or whatever, But for now, it does feel finished for me. But I'm definitely going to be still going on the Patreon. I'm definitely still going to be uploading here on the channels. So BoJack Horseman. See, if I can make someone feel the way that I felt when I watched BoJack Horseman, that's a good show. When did I decide that it wouldn't work out between them? I decided that around episode 40. Around episode 40, I was trying to plan out the rest of the season because I wanted the last episode to be on the 26th, on the anniversary. So I kind of had to time out what episode would be. And so I pre-recorded a lot of the episodes, which is something I usually don't really do. I just figured that after the wedding there would be a time jump, and then I would kind of do the switcheroo. And I really hoped that people weren't going to pick up on it. Yeah, exactly. No shared trauma with her. Take care of her. That's the reason why I wanted to do that head knock as well in the 48, because it's something that, that's the thing. I thought it was so funny to read all of the comments that were like, as soon as that head knock happened and she was like, by the way, who are you? That was kind of a subtle reference to the fact that Foster gets a knock on the head. She's completely in like Theo's stuff, and she looks around and she sees this new person in her house, and she's like, who the fuck are you? So that was that. Obviously you guys didn't know, but yeah, it's like a thing of like, she now has someone that genuinely takes care of her, and has the capacity to, and that's something that Foster really needed. If you were to start another series at some point, would you do that on this channel, or would you want to keep this one purely for the Foster series? See, this one, I'm not, like, subscribers and stuff don't motivate me in the sense that I need to get to like 10K or I need to get to 50 or 100. But I do think that maybe if I would start like a bigger project again, like Foster, it would probably be here. Maybe it could be another character called Foster in a different setting, or something, I don't know. But I think the one-offs are going to be I'm not going to make a third channel to restart everything from scratch again. No, I'll probably do it here. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was from 46. So after the wedding episode, that's when the time jump happened, and 46 is new. Is the new relationship. What are some other stories I would want to explore? Again, the thing that I'm most comfortable with is like the film sector, the writing sector. So maybe something like that, which would be a bit of like a, I don't know. The big problem is also, if I'm being honest, like I really love the S03, and I love the fact that everyone like writes fanfics about Foster, but also like writes fanfics about Alex and Audrey, the relationship that Foster and Sophia have in the show. And we've managed to build this entire world of characters for a show that technically doesn't exist. And it's so insane to me that people like every day write new stuff for that show that Foster is on. And I don't want to give that up, So I'm trying to see, maybe I need to do like a bit of a Westbound thing, or maybe I have so many ideas. My big thing is that like for one-offs it's different, but like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. You can, and also I improv, and I don't want to work with scripts. So I'm not going to do script fills for other like writers and stuff. That's just not my style. I improv everything. So for one-offs, you can keep that going for like 10 or 15 minutes, but I can't do an entire series on lawyer stuff because I'm going to fail so bad. So I want to keep it close to my vest and close to what I know, which is not a whole lot. But yeah, we'll have to see what it gives. I honestly cannot tell you right now. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. That's very much not true. But yeah, I think, especially the last few episodes, we'll definitely need to re-listen in order to get like the entire thing properly, to kind of pick up what I put down. Yeah, the AO3 stuff is insane. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. That's the thing. I would love to, like, maybe I could do like some Westbound episodes or something. But yeah, I will probably be taking a bit of a break from the main channel until I figure out what exactly is gonna be the point, or what I'm gonna do, because I also don't want to throw myself into a new project that I don't have the motivation for to keep up. That's what happened. What I was afraid of with Foster was that I was going to crash and burn after a month, and thank God it didn't happen. But I know myself well enough to be very weary. Yeah, I mean, I did try to pepper some subtle hints into the episodes, in the thumbnails, and yeah. Yeah, because what the thing is, like, I can't speak for other creators that do like ASMR, like role play type stuff. But I mean, I think, and this is again not me flexing, but just me being very clear about this, that there are very little creators who have the output that I had this last year. And I think the big difference is also that, this is my job. So the burnout thing, I'm just trying to be very weary of, because I'm currently trying to get a new job. So I'm writing a lot, developing a lot of concepts. And then obviously you don't want to spend a day writing and developing concepts and stuff and then be like, oh, and now I got to do the channel, which is another part of writing and stuff. So I'm just very careful with myself right now to protect myself because if I would crash and burn, then that wouldn't do anybody good. So yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to take like a break, as in like, I'm still going to keep the Patreon going, probably still going to do some packages and stuff. And I'm going to upload on the second channel and stuff. So for sure. Yeah, I mean, they could get back together down the line. Who knows? But I definitely think they need at least the break. Yeah, there's no, yeah. You guys are very, very harsh on this new person in Foster's life, when that new person is very much what Foster maybe needed and deserved. Yeah, see, like you said, Milena, like you said with the graphic design and stuff, it's like it's the same thing. Like if everything in your life is the same type of thing, then this feels like a job to me at some point as well. And obviously, being able to get to do this as a bit of a side gig has been incredible. But the amount of work that I've put in so far has been very much done with love, but also is something that I need to kind of protect myself against, unless I can make it my full-time job. No, I can't take breaks. That's the thing. I just want to keep going, which is why I need to protect myself. Oh yeah, the pool episode, that was a good one. It was probably a highlight of the show. But I mean, I calculated this this afternoon. The entire show now, with this included, is a little over 40 hours. So that's insane to me. 40 hours of content. So you can always re-listen to it. There's so much content that was there. So Wait, but won't the new listener kind of go through the same problem as the old relationship did? Well, maybe we'll know. Maybe we don't. I don't know. I think at this point it's anyone's guess, or like anyone's canon, I guess. That's the thing. Like, in the last 5 episodes since we've gotten to know them, all they've done is like be supportive, but just ask a lot of questions about why Foster is apparently like brimming with trauma. And she explains herself. She's like, I'm sorry I haven't told you everything, but I just wanted to pretend that things were just going good and I wasn't the broken person that I am, which is profoundly sad. So I'm kind of in a way very happy for her that knock on the head kind of was the start of some truth, so that they can move forward, and that they can like live very happily. Yeah, I'm sorry about the broken hearts, guys. I really am, but I wanted to create a story that was real and that deserved the peace and love that they both need, I guess. Because me, just like, after they get married, and I considered it, I'll be honest, I considered it, just letting them get married and live out their dreams. And I'm like, but that's not going to erase all the past that was there. So yeah. Will the turtle make a comeback? They moved. I think the turtle wasn't the turtle in the previous house in the neighborhood, but then they moved after the Theo attack. So I don't think we'll ever see the turtle again. Or maybe we do. Who knows? Yeah, Foster. I think Foster feels very safe. Yes, I have a second channel. It's called Foster Audio. Foster Audio's One-Offs. It's in most of the descriptions of the last videos for sure, where I do more of the classic ASMR girlfriend role plays. I'm sorry, guys. I had COVID about like a month ago, and I've been kind of lingering. I have a cough that's kind of lingering, so I'm really sorry. This isn't very ASMR-y. But if I talk a lot, my voice starts to struggle, which sucks, because I really want to get back to singing. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm very aware of the impact that this has, and I'm very aware of the fact that you guys are very confused and like mourning and stuff about this. I'm not diminishing that, but I do think that this was the right thing for the story. So I'm very confident in the fact that I made the right decision in what I did, and the fact that they deserved to be happy. The turtle should be in therapy too, very much so. Poor Carl. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that you're writing a story. I love making people write and motivating people to write. I think the original listener is like, again, this is not me making canon or anything, but I do think that they've also found someone new, and that they're probably very happy right now. And I think in time, and that's the thing, I don't know how much time jumped between 45 and 46, but I think that both of them realized that it was the best call for them, and they're still friends. That's the thing. They didn't hate each other. They just realized that I think a relationship like that is just very unsustainable. And I think getting married just for getting married and hoping that things will magically get better once you put a ring around someone's finger is just not the way that the world works. Oh, for sure. Yeah, you guys are very, very welcome to grieve. I'm not taking that away from you guys. Am I afraid I'm going to lose subscribers because I decided to end the series? I mean, there's going to be more content on the main channel. for sure. And it's not about the subscribers in my head. I just want to tell a story. Maybe if I start uploading way more regularly on the one-offs channel, maybe the one-offs channel is gonna get more subscribers than the main channel. It could be. I'm not really, I'm not doing this to get way more subscribers. I'm just doing this to tell a story. Nobody send me any bill of any therapist. If you guys actually have, like, if this story or the things that I've done or the things that I've said in this show, if this has jarred something loose in you, or you started thinking about stuff because of what I did, or the actions or the story that happened there, then I did a very good job, because it's supposed to be making you think or making you feel something. That's the basis of all storytelling. So if you want to discuss the things with your therapist, by all means. But I do think that, this isn't I understand frustration about this decision in the 50. I understand people being confused. But at the end of the day, it feels very real, but it's still just a story. I'm not invalidating, but I'm just saying, I'm just one person improving in front of a microphone in a very dark room. I haven't done it in a while, because again, like, my airways have been receiving a beating, but I am going to try and sing some more as soon as, like, Wumptober and stuff is over as well, like on the Patreon and stuff, so for sure. Or maybe on the one-off channel, I don't know. Sorry, guys. I just love, like, I read a lot of comments when, like, things kind of started going a bit more dramatic, and people over and over again were like, just let them break up, or like, they deserve better, or like, it's not sustainable anymore. And I was like, I agree. In a way, I agree. And that's just the nature of the amount of drama that I've done over the past 200 episodes. I don't think that kind of trauma is easily erasable. Yeah, the first episode and the last episode have the same thumbnail. Same thumbnail, same storyline, same title, I think. The murder on the dance floor one was very funny, yeah. I'm happy you guys, most of you guys liked the direction that I've taken with it. And yeah, you guys are very much free to re-listen to the episodes again. But again, I've loved doing this show. I've worked very hard to give you guys in such a short time this series, and I'm very happy with the things that I've done with it. I've not every episode was obviously my favorite. There have been moments where I was like, where I did something and then I stopped recording and I was like, what the fuck did you just do? Like, why would you paint yourself in a corner like that? But yeah, there have been also moments where I stopped recording and I was like, oh, this is so good, because I improv, but I always have like a vague idea of what I'm gonna do before I press record, and then sometimes things just genuinely, halfway through a sentence, I'm like, oh my god, what if I do this? I don't have like an example in my head right now. Maybe one day if I go through like the entire series again, maybe, and I do some director's commentary or something, I can tell you guys. But there's definitely been several moments where I was like, oh my god, you're a genius. That sounds so bad. But like that I did something and I was like, oh my god, yes, I would have never thought of that, and I just did. That's the fun part about doing all this like without a script. Yeah. And honestly, like, knowing, I how do I put this? it's kind of ruined scripts for me in a way, when it comes to like role play. And this is very subjective, but this is just me, because I listen to like ASMR role plays and stuff quite a bit. I used to more than I do now, but now I'm just very much, yeah, I've talked about this before, but I'm just very much noticing when people read from a script, and I'm like, oh, you gotta make it feel like it's your own stuff. Like, yeah. I really like channels that feel or that are improvised. What am I going to do on YouTube now that the series is done? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I did explain it, but it's fine. So I'm gonna definitely keep doing the one-offs. Gonna definitely keep doing the Patreon. Keep doing like writing fics on AO3, and there is gonna be more on this channel. I just don't know what it is yet. Could be a new series. Could be series that are like 10 episodes long, like shorter stuff. I don't know right now. I'm not being like all mysterious and like saying that I don't know when I actually have something ready. I genuinely do not know. Like, just yesterday I recorded the 50, so I mean, this is just all, very, very fresh, so I have no idea. I'm gonna try and take a bit of a break and gather my thoughts. That's gonna be it. I think I can say this live, yeah. I would love to actually maybe do like a live stream where I listen to like the older episodes and kind of pause and like give my own like, oh, I remember that I did this, or like did that, or that would be fun. Let me know if you guys think that would be fun. I could definitely do that. What is the one thing I would want you guys to take away from this series? Okay, I have a lot of things that I would want you guys to take away, but if I had to pick one, okay, I've a story one, and I have like a creator one. I think story wise, what I would want you guys to know from this is that human beings are extremely resilient. And I know we made a lot of jokes of like, oh, how many times they've been in the ER and stuff, and yeah, but that's obviously not what the show was about. The show was about two people that really tried their best to, despite everything, just really love each other. And I think that's just a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying that a relationship specifically is something that needs to happen in your life in order to make it worth something. On the contrary, I think if the ending shows you anything, I think it's that the power comes from inside you. And I think, we followed Foster's perspective on a lot of this, obviously, because she's the only one that actually has a voice in this. But Foster is just the type of person to, every time she thinks, I cannot survive this, I cannot overcome this, she just does it. And I think that's just something very human. So I think that's the thing I would want you guys to pick up from that. When it comes to the creative part of it, I think I would want you guys to just to, this isn't about me, but I want you guys to realize that I've done this all just on my own. And if I can do it, that means a whole lot of other people can do it. And I've seen a lot of comments being like, you've inspired me to write, and you've inspired me to start writing or start creating and stuff. And that is, I feel so blessed that people have used, the things that I've put out as a jumping board for them to do something creative. So I think that part of me would just be to go out and create and try something. I remember I was in the gym. I recorded the first 5 episodes exactly 1 year ago. I just recorded them here because I was like, oh, why not? And then I went to the gym and I was listening to the edits, which is probably one of the last times I ever like listened to edits before I posted them. But I was listening to those edits just being like, can I pull this off? Because this is so ambitious, and people are not going to do, like, people are not going to follow me on this. You know, it's something that I need to get people from the ground up to like follow me on this journey. And God knows how long it's going to take. I could make 200 episodes, I can make 100, I can make 50, I can make 500. But this is something that's never been done before in that capacity. So I was like, am I going to be the person to pull it off? I don't think so, but I want to try. And that's all I did. I just tried. And I was like, you know, if it fails, then okay, then I'll just pretend that I didn't do it, or I'll delete the channel or whatever, you know. And then right from the start, it immediately had traction. And look at us now. So I tried something and it paid off. So just try. Just try things. It's okay to try. And it's okay to fail. Because failing just means that next time you know what you're not going to do. And you know what you're going to do better next time. And people who don't fail are people that don't do anything. And those are very sad people. Oh yeah, obviously spoilers for the season finale, but that's in the thumbnail, right? That's in the discussing the season finale. I would hope that people like understood that I was What do I listen to? Which channels do I listen to? I've made the list somewhere before, but I'm blanking on every single name right now. The only one that comes to mind right now is Wholesome Girlfriend, but there are more for sure. Okay, let's do a director's commentary soon. That'd be really fun. Am I still doing Darwin? See, that's one of those things where I was like, creative drive, creative explosion. I had high faith, and I completely lost my motivation because the combination of, because I launched Darwin right before I launched season 3, and I just got into season 3 and things just got very chaotic. And so right now I don't have the motivation to like pick it back up again. I'm gonna do it because it's a Patreon thing, and I really don't want to disappoint you guys on that. But I'm currently not like in the right headspace to continue that. Yeah, I mean, writing is one of the most beautiful things in the world because you just make something out of nothing. You know, it's not like you know, pottery, because pottery uses clay and makes clay into something beautiful, and paint on a canvas makes something beautiful. But writing really is such an abstract, beautiful thing that it's in a league of its own, where you just create something out of nothing. And it's really been like, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's just been very insane that it's just been me and a microphone and a hope that I could make something that would inspire people. That's really all I've tried to do this last year. And I really hope that I can keep it going. I really do. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna need you guys' support to keep going, so I get one horse fact today. I really do want to listen to the older episodes now. You guys have kind of got me going. I think maybe that should be like a weekly thing now, where like every week we do like a live stream of like 10 episodes or something. What are starting tips I can give to some writers? Start out, I would say, start out by blatantly ripping things off. I know that's a very unorthodox thing to say, but there's no such thing as like original story anymore. That's the reality of the situation. And for if you want to start off and you want to try and get better, the best thing to do is to start with things that already exist and you can kind of see what you wanted, what you would do with them, which is why fanfics are such a good way to get started, because you have existing intellectual property, a show that you like, a show that you love, characters that you like, and you're like, what if your characters would do this? And then you kind of go from there. I see people very often, sometimes people contact me with like, oh, I'm a new writer and I've just written this script, do you want to take a look at it? And I just see that they really wanted to run before they could walk. And writing is such a multifaceted thing. You know, you've got dialogue work, which is an art form in and of itself. You got character composition, character creation, which is an art in and of itself. You got location, you got setting, world building, you know, all this stuff, narratology, story structure, and that's all very, you know, one step at a time kind of thing. So just write. But also, if you're not doing it as a job, and that's also something that I've said before a lot of times, if you don't write as a job, just write what you want. You know, just write the things that you would want other people to write for you or something. You know, when I write fanfics and stuff, especially now with the whole Foster and Westbound thing, I've really just tried to write something that I would love to read. And I love Wump, for example. I love heart comfort. I love like injury tropes and stuff myself. So I'm writing a virtual fuck ton of it right now, which is very fun. And I really like that other people have done the Wumptober thing too on S03E, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun journey we've all been on. Putting the E in CD. Yeah, I'm not gonna like make it a whole lot longer because I feel my voice is failing me. So if you guys have anything, you know, questions, I'm gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. So if you guys have any last questions for me, and while I wait, again, I'm gonna plug it again, but you know, if you really like this series and you have the capacity to, consider looking at the Ko-Fi, consider joining the Patreon, so I can help, so you guys can help make me, give me the means to definitely do this in the future. Because being a screenwriter is not a very stable job, unfortunately. Okay, that worked. Okay, I'm stupid. Would you ever, I can't read anymore, consider doing more singing stuff in the future? See, that's the thing. I did one audio on the other channel, on the one-off channel, that was like groupie with like a band thing. And that's the thing, that's the only other thing where I was like, if it's not Foster or not like an actress or like a movie making thing, then maybe I would love to have like a band setting for like the next long running show. But I'm not sure if that's already been done. I know most things haven't been like done in like long form, but you know what I mean, as in like I would love to be like a singer / guitarist of like a band, and then listener is like a groupie that kind of, you know, I'm realizing as I'm saying it that I'm making like a Your Name One Direction fanfic. Oh, Jesus. But maybe it could work, you know. Maybe you guys would like it to be like, to be the Your Name for like a very famous band. Yeah, maybe I could. In what ways are you and Foster similar? In what ways are you not at all similar? I think Foster is someone very close to my heart, because I think in order to improv her in that capacity, I think she has to be someone very close to me. I also make a lot of like stupid jokes and But I do know that I'm also someone who's very like impulsive, in for better or for worse. She's someone who cares a lot and tries to help a lot of people and juggles a lot of balls in the air about how to do things the right way, and struggles a lot with her self-image and not being good enough, and all that stuff. And the way that I'm not like her is that she's probably very much a smoke show if she has to be beautiful Detective Alex Monroe on Westbound and Inferno. She's yeah, I aspire to be her in a lot of ways. So but maybe not the trauma part. Let's keep that trauma part. That's all her. That's all DeVries, baby. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This has been a beautiful experience, and I can't believe it's over, man. I'm gonna miss Foster for like a while too. And who knows, who knows what the future holds. That band idea is a good idea though. See, it's itching. I can feel it's itching to I gotta maybe do some exploring. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. It means the world to me. And I will definitely see you guys in the next audio. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know, comment. If you guys want to rewatch the series, we're definitely going to do the live streams now, because it's a very good idea to re-listen to the earlier episodes and kind of do some director's commentary on them. And in the meantime, stay safe, love the people around you, and try to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, because that's the only person you're ever going to be. So why not try your best to do it right?